evening. Thank you for your time. May I know where are you now and how are you?
Oh, hello, good evening. Yes, my name is Teacher Donna, and I am currently here in Vietnam. And yes, I'm feeling okay today. How about you, Miss Joy? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, that's
Thank you for
nice to know
asking.
that.
And our teacher asked me about to interview some teachers, and I choose you. Thank you for your time once more. And uh, tell me if you're ready for questions.
Oh, yes, I'm ready, and thank you so much for inviting me in this interview.
Okay. So, Teacher Donna, what is your perspective of your students? Your some of your expectation. By the way, Teacher Donna, what students are you teaching this time?
Okay,
And
I'm teaching Vietnamese students, and they are like in grade 1 to grade 3. So yeah, I'm teaching English.
I see. Okay. And okay, so Teacher Donna, what is your perspective of your students? Your some of your expectation as early as 3 years old, or what do you call that, 1 to 3 years old?
Well, at my students' age, I don't really expect it much, but of course, I want my students to enjoy my class because at the age of like 6 to 8 years old, like the grade 1 to grade 3, of course, you should not expect much from your students, especially um, in their learnings because they are still like learning the basics. So as a teacher, you should not expect that much, but you should be the one to guide them so that they can learn the right learnings that they deserve at that age or at that time.
I see. So can you share some of your teaching strategy with them? What I mean is, can you some strategy you use for some small children?
Okay, so teaching kids like from grade 1 to grade 3 is not really easy, but I always use these strategies like understanding their capabilities on what they can do and what they can't do. So I believed in the theory of like Howard Gardner, the multiple intelligences that students have different kind of intelligence, different kind of skills. So what I do is when my students can't able to cope in my lesson, of course, I need to analyze first on what's wrong with my strategy. And next thing that I do is of course I will check the right thing to do or the right activities that will help my students to cope with the lesson. And I don't really push them to do something that they cannot do because sometimes that will lead them to something not good. Like they will hate you as a teacher. So, as a
Yeah.
teacher, you should be the one to guide them because if not, if you'll be the one to degrade your student, like saying, "Oh, you cannot do this," then don't go to my class. You should not say that. You should be the one to understand them. Because as a teacher, understanding the student is the most important thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So understanding their different capabilities is very important also because you're not just only you should not only use one strategy inside the class since they are all different. Because if
Yeah,
that one strategy only suit for like 5 students, how about the rest? They will not able
yeah,
to relate to your class. So as a teacher, you have to be flexible. So that's what I
exactly.
do, understanding my students, and also I am trying to be flexible as much as I can.
Okay, thank you. And with regards to, some students, yeah, as you mentioned earlier that, you are not forcing them what to do, but, if you can see some students that cannot handle some activities or cannot perform well, do you do anything in particular, like in a sit work that other don't do progress on such activity? What usually the best, I mean, things to do for that.
Okay. So since I also had like experience working in like special education centers, so I was able to observe
Wow.
behavior, and I also do apply it to my students right now. So I don't really force them to do something that they cannot do at the moment, but I
Okay.
am going to give them an activity that will suit their capability at that particular moment. Okay. So that's what I do. It doesn't mean that I am not forcing them. Is that they're not gonna do anything. They're still going to do something, but on
Yeah.
their level.
At level.
Yes.
Yeah. So because sometimes five children and then two of them cannot really relate to the activity, right? And then three of them
Mhm.
excel. So the thing was what you're gonna do with the two because they are not in a level of three, right? In three students.
Yes. So in order for me to make them participate, of course you're gonna as a teacher you have to go to like the middle. You're not going to prioritize
Yeah,
the one who's like more like good or the one that isn't that
really
good
bad.
enough. Yeah. So you have to go in the middle in order for you to provide the right learning to your students. So it is really actually it's important that you know how to analyze your students, because if you don't know how to analyze them, you cannot able to understand if they are really learning or not.
Yeah.
And
So
it's hard to deal with them, but it's really important that yes, you have patience, and of course you're
you should,
flexible
yeah, you
enough
should
to
have the
guide them.
empathy. Wow, it's kind of impressive that as you are a teacher, like teachers should have the best they have the best understanding too much. The patience was there, everything, the the mastery of the subject that they teach. So any message to what you call that to the future educator someday?
Okay, I think well, to all the future educators, I am not sure if I am the one that should give this message because I'm still young. I am still young. Yeah, I'm just like working
By the way,
for.
how old are you, teacher
I'm
Donna?
I'm just 24.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Okay. But yeah. So for all to all the future educators, you have to remember that being a teacher isn't easy as you think it is. So it's really difficult, and it is not like the people will just call you oh teacher. It's not easy as that because there are a lot of struggles, and sometimes it is really you know it is sometimes you cannot understand sometimes on what is happening, but if you are really into this, so you have to understand it, and of course you should hold on that like dream of yours, because if you're not gonna hold on it, uh you cannot go to the path that you want to go to. That's why just go for it. Like
Yeah.
laban lang whatever
La-
happens.
Laban lang.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, thank you. Thank you so much, Teacher Donna, for your time. And keep safe there.
Yes.
And
Thank you so much,
hopefully,
Elsa.
okay. God bless and thank you.